Hello, my beautiful friends. How are you? All right. We are going to do a reading for our friends singles for the week of August 21st. I'm sorry, August 25th to the 31st. In other words, the last week in August. Let's see what messages we can get for you guys, singles. Well, I'm single myself right now, so so I guess I am part of the club. Okay, Aries, Taurus, Gemini, Cancer, Leo, Virgo, Libra, Scorpio, Sagittarius, Capricorn, Aquarius, Pisces. I'm debating whether I should do singles and no contact together, or whether I should do single like this and then no contact live. Let me know what you think. Maybe we can do it live. What do you think? Maybe Tuesday nights? I don't know, around 10 o'clock, 9 o'clock Eastern, something like that. One more. And then we are going to start. Maybe I didn't love you, but as often as I should have. Maybe I didn't treat you quite as good as I should have. Little things I should have said and done. Girl, I'm sorry I was blind, but you were always on my heart. You were always on my mind. All right, we are good to go. Okay, let's start with Aries. Let's see what we got. Okay, Aries. So, wow, Aries. So, definitely single, but it looks like you're enjoying your life. I'll be honest with you. I don't think you're really looking for anything right now this week. I think you're busy with your own things. I mean, look at the colors of these cards. It's amazing, right? You're enjoying your single life. You're making money. You're having fun. You're traveling. I don't think right now you're even worried about anyone. I think right now you're enjoying your single life and you couldn't care less. It's almost as if you're saying, nope, not interested. In other words, I think your standards are way high. And I think you've decided to be on your own. You're doing very well until the right person of the same standards or higher shows up. In other words, these are the cards of someone who is really self-sufficient, go-getter. You know how to make your own money. You know how to be successful. You don't need anyone. And if you're going to spend time with anyone, meaning if you're going to invest yourself into a relationship, it has to be very high standard or nothing. You prefer be alone than being with just for the sake of being in a relationship. In other words, you know what I mean, right? It's either going to be really good or you don't want it at all. And I don't blame you. So this week, you're really not worried about any type of relationship. You're open-minded, meaning if it shows up and they show me that they are up to my standards, I'll think about it. But right now, I am really good on my own. I'm traveling, I'm buying nice things, I'm making money. I feel very lucky. I feel very good all around. These are beautiful cards, all three of them, gorgeous cards. So that's your week when it comes to being single. Either It has to meet your standard or nothing. As far as signs you might be dealing with, we have Cancer, we have Virgo, we have Scorpio, okay? All right. That was Aries. We are going to step it up now to Taurus. Okay, Taurus. All right, that's Taurus, Leo, and Sagittarius. Not very far from our friends Aries. You are stable. You feel solid. You feel no worries. And you have some financial decisions to make. And I think being on your own or with someone, I think in this case, has to do with money. In other words, you are trying to figure out, is it worth it? Is it worth it to have someone by my side and it's going to cost me all kinds of money, or maybe you don't feel ready financially? Now, I can tell you that you're being tested. You're being tested by somewhere up there to see if you are ready for a relationship. If you're using the words I just mentioned, or the mindset, or if you're the mindset I just mentioned, you ain't going to get anyone. When we say, is it worth it, or I'm good on my own, the universe simply does not manifest a relationship for you. And it's not, and neither should you ask for it or beg for it. It's when you envision yourself with someone, even and a reciprocal relationship, that you get a relationship. Asking for it doesn't work. Begging for it doesn't work. And saying, I'm good on my own, it does not work. Even if you say, I'm good on my own, but at the same time, I wouldn't mind a relationship, that doesn't work, because you're sending one signal one way, another signal the other way. You must declare, you know what? I am ready. Yeah, I'm self-sufficient, but I am ready for a good relationship. I invite the universe to send the right person towards me. And I know it's going to be good. So you start visualizing without need or begging, being with someone, and the universe is going to make it happen. For as long as you say, I wouldn't mind, but I'm also good on my own, nothing's going to happen. So you're considering the money side versus is it worth it or not. Again, you're not in any rush. I can see that you are stable. I can see that you like spending time on your own. And I don't see you even entertaining the idea of being with someone right now, to be honest. So again, signs, we have Taurus, we have Sagittarius, and we have Leo. What about our friends Gemini? Wow, Gemini. Well, Gemini, look, you're having fun on the side. I mean, so I think you just finished the relationship and it was tumultuous, sudden, drastic. Perhaps there was a big fight. Now, you were receiving a gift. This gift is financial. You say, Marco, was that had to do with the relationship? Well, look, you're busy with other things, put it that way. I think you just ended something. And I think, how can I put this? This is general, so you guys please don't take it personal. Some of you were having fun on the side, okay? Some of you simply are having in a relationship, but it's only to have some fun on the weekend, or twice a week, 3 times a week, whatever you want, 5 times a day even. But this is not a serious relationship. You know it. You know that it's not going to bring you any type of marriage or any type of family. You're okay with that, it seems. Perhaps you're waiting for something serious. In the meantime, you're just having fun on the side. Or perhaps this is a suggestion that that's what you're looking for. The last relationship ended in a sudden explosion, but I can also tell you that you're receiving some kind of an offer. Could be financial, it could be a windfall of some kind, but that's going to affect the way you see a relationship. That's why I mention it. Because if you receive a large sum of money from somewhere, somehow, then you got to think about, do I want to share it? Or do I want to be on my own? So this is a week where you have some decisions to make. But in the meantime, some of you are having, some fun. Why not? So here we have Aries, Scorpio, and Capricorn, Gemini. All right, now we're going to go to our friends at Cancer. Wow. So you've been trying to make something work and you're not giving up. And you know what? This is going to pay off. This relationship that is coming towards you, I think you have been working at it for a while. Perhaps against all odds, perhaps everybody was telling you, he's too young, or she's too young, or she's too old, or he's too old. And you, simply put, having given up, you know that you and this person are destined, and you're simply willing to go through the hardship and the hard work and the people against you trying to discourage you, because you know there is something that they just don't understand. So in the end, you're going to be right. So I don't think you're going to be single for very long, my dear friends. I think you're on the verge of discovering that you were right all along. So prepare for something special, something extraordinary and blessed. You are going to be very happy. So you might be single right now, but very, very soon, the person you were counting on or pointing on or betting on will come forward and make you happy. And you guys are going to be very, very happy. So good thing you didn't give up, because you're going to be proved right and you're going to be blessed with this relationship. Congratulations. Here we have Gemini and Pisces. And our friends, Leo. Wow, Leo. This is Leo right here. What are you waiting for, Leo? That's a Leo card. Another Leo card. And then we have an Aries. Wow. So are you waiting for an Aries here? Let me see. So Leo, it looks here like, of course, this is a single reading. It looks like you are making some kind of an offer or some kind of movement or some kind of, you want to move forward with something. See, these are Leo cards. This is Aries. It doesn't matter. It could be anything. But this is you. So it looks like you are making some kind of a move, some kind of an offer, some kind of, what you call it, some kind of decision. See, this horse is not still. This horse is moving, going forward. So it's almost as if you're anticipating some kind of movement here, and you are waiting. You see, this is you waiting. So what are you waiting? You might be waiting for perhaps an Aries or a new start. See, this is 0. So 0 signifies a brand new beginning. As you know, this is the first card of the deck. So this very much signifies a brand new voyage, adventure, whatever you want to call it. A new cycle, I guess. So Leo, you are waiting for some kind of restart, reboot, or a new adventure, and you're really anticipating it. In other words, you know it's going to happen, and you know that you're simply waiting for it. Okay? Are you trying to manifest it, perhaps? Okay, so as far as signs, as I said, we have Leo, Aries. Okay? Beautiful. Now, our friends, Virgo. Wow, Virgo. You were stabbed in the back. Oh my God. Well, Virgo, look, if I were to tell you that these are good cards, I would be lying to you. And that's the last thing I want to do, right? So you were definitely betrayed, like big time. And it was going on for a while. Okay. So now you're basically on demand and you're trying to pull yourself together. and you're focusing on finances right now and putting yourself together financially and, material stability. But right now, you're not even thinking about a relationship. It's just too recent. You were truly, truly betrayed, and not just once, several times. And you just had enough. Right now, you put the relationship on the shelf. You want nothing to do with it. You just focus on finances for this week, okay? So here we have Aquarius and Taurus. What about our friends Libra? Libra. Wow, Libra. So similarly to Virgo, Libra, you were betrayed, big time disappointment. Now, for some reason, whatever, you don't want to give up. Yes, you miss him like crazy. Yes, you were betrayed and you were very disappointed about whatever happened. I don't know. But you still think that you can save this, whatever you had before. In other words, you're willing to forgive and forget. At the same time, you have all sorts of people that are trying to bother you or ask you out, or residual issues with this, whatever this was. And right now you're just telling everybody, leave me alone. Please, I just want to be by myself right now. Leave me alone. Yeah, but they did this to you. How come you're not doing this? How come you're not taking a lawyer and this? Just leave me alone, okay? Just get the hell out of here. I'm an adult. I know what I'm doing. Just leave me alone. So right now you're in this state of disappointment, waiting. Perhaps you haven't given up. And at the same time, you're telling people to just leave you alone. That's it. Here we have 2 Cancers and 1 Leo. What about our friends Scorpio? Scorpio. Wow, Scorpio, what are you building, Scorpio? Nice. Scorpio is getting ready for big things here. So Scorpio, I believe you have someone in mind. I believe you are very attracted or very interested in someone. And right now you're just building yourself up. I think you don't feel ready for it. And you want to first fix your finances, maybe fix your house, maybe buy a house. In other words, you put yourself in a position where they just cannot refuse your offer. So you will make an offer, and I will turn it around in a second, but for now, let's go this way. You're going to make an offer, a very honest, sincere offer, but first you want to get yourself ready. You want to get yourself in a position where you become very, very, very attractive in every sense of the word. That's one interpretation. The other interpretation is that while you're very, very, very busy working on some project, you're going to receive an offer, and this offer is going to end up, you guys going to be able to build an empire. This is a really successful family business, children, castles, everything. So it could go either way, but if I have to choose, I think it's the first one, where you are preparing yourself before you make an offer. Perhaps there was a break and now you want them back, or you're trying to get them back, win them back, but you want to first fix your finances and material side before you make a love offer, okay? So that's what I see for this week. As far as signs, we have Pisces, Sagittarius, and Virgo. Now we're going to go with our friends Sagittarius, see what we got. Okay, Sagittarius, so victory, what are you winning here? Okay, so justice, victory, and the King of Wands. Okay, so it looks to me like you are seeking some kind of even-steven setting. In other words, yes, you are busy with work, you are busy trying to fix your finances, and you're going to be fine when it comes to that. But you're seeking some kind of justice. You want fairness. Perhaps you feel that whomever you had a relationship with was unfair, and you are seeking justice, some kind of an apology, some kind of conversation to clarify things. In other words, this is the card of clarity and the card of fairness. So you're trying or you're looking for fairness. At the same time, you are busy fixing your finances. Nothing wrong with that. And here we have a victory. So perhaps there is a possibility that you will get the fairness and what you're seeking, but you have to truly, truly, truly want what you're trying to achieve here. No one is going to give you nothing for free. It's either total commitment or nothing at all, as far as I can see. This is justice. So it's justice both ways. There is no just one way, okay? So here we have Libra, Taurus, and Leo. And what about our friends Capricorn? All right, not much happening right now, eh, Capricorn? Yeah, wow. All three cards say the same thing. So right now you feel like stagnant, nothing happening. I think you're fixated on someone and you don't want anybody else. And in the meantime, yeah, you're thinking there's a probably you say the hell with it. I'm just going to go out there and explore what's available. But at the same time, it's no, I want what I want and that's it. So right now you're almost in a self-inflicted, stagnant period. You don't want to, you're tempted to go out there and see if there's anything else for you. But at the same time, it's like, no, it's okay. I can wait. I'm sure that we're going to work it out. But right now, you're just, nothing is happening, Capricorn. But still, you're not giving up. You still have your hopes up. So that's okay. So here we have Pisces, Scorpio, and Leo. And what about our friends? Aquarius. Wow. Aquarius ain't going to be single for much longer. I can tell you that much. All right. Well, Aquarius, look. Stop crying. Stop conflicting. Stop with the negativity because you're going to be happy very, very soon. Now, I am not sure if you're going to be back with the person you broke up with, but just stop crying. You're going to be very happy very, very soon. Possibly this week, you're going to receive some incredibly good news. I mean, this is achievement. This is the 10 of Cups. This is happy family, a happy, the little home in the prairies, So don't worry about it. Whatever happened before, stop crying. They're either coming back or there will be somebody else better than whomever left you. Okay? So don't worry about it. So here we have Leo, we have Aquarius, and we have Cancer. And finally, our beautiful friends, Pisces. Wow. Look, it's a pretty good start. Not bad at all. Okay, so what's happening here is very simple. You, on the one hand, you're saying that you're good on your own. You're not missing anything. You have everything you need. And you do. But I think it's going to become clear to you and you're going to declare that you want something real or nothing. In other words, you're good on your own. But I think as your ideas become clear and focused, you are attracting something really, really good. I don't think, I'm going to be honest with you, I don't think you're going to be single much longer because you finally come to terms with who you are. And although you are self-sufficient and you're really good on your own, you also want something real. And as long as you manifest with clarity, no this or that, in other words, put a clear order in, you're going to be victorious. So I'm glad that we end in this reading on a good note. This is beautiful. So you're not going to be single for much longer, my dear Pisces. Okay, so this is really, really good. So get ready to be happy. Soon, Taurus, Aquarius, Leo, Gemini. Okay? Thank you, you guys. I really appreciate you. I hope you liked it. Comment, let me know what you think. Subscribe, click. Okay, don't forget. Thank you. I'll see you guys very soon. Ciao.